Single-eyed deer. Once upon a time, in a forest, there lived a deer which has a single eye. The deer used to face a lot of problems because of its single eye. The deer needed protection from hunters and also from the wild animals. It thought and thought and thought and finally got an idea. The deer started to put his one eye on the side of the land and the other blind eye towards the sea, thinking that no harm will approach from the side of the sea. But one day, a hunter came in a boat and saw the deer eating the grass. The poor one-eyed deer could not see him coming. The hunter took out his bow, aimed at the deer, and arrowed the deer. The deer's leg was injured, but somehow the deer managed to escape from the hunter. Since then, the deer was more careful while roaming around in the forest. Moral of the story: danger comes from all sides.
A story of a crow and an ant. Long time ago, there was a huge tree in a forest. A crow used to live in his nest and ant used to live under that tree. Ant used to work very hard and always kept thinking ahead of her future. In the morning, both of them used to roam here and there in search of food. The ant used to carry some food for the next day and eat the rest for the day. The crow was not like this. He used to eat the whole food he got. He never thought about the next day. He used to fly freely in the sky. He would go to the nearby village and eat a little of the grain from the field and spoil a little. Whenever he used to come in the eyes of a farmer, he immediately used to fly in the sky. One day, Ant saw a very large grain on the ground.
Oh ho, this grain is so big. I will store this under the tree and I can eat it for a very long time.
Due to the grain being too big, she was not able to lift it and it was even heavier than her. Then suddenly a crow came in her way and he began laughing when he saw the ant.
Hey crow, why are you laughing?
I have been laughing because you're so small, but your hunger is so big. You just keep storing food all day. Look at me. I fly all day long. I eat food. I tease the farmer. I enjoy a lot. Why can't you live like this? Why do you work so hard? The ant began to pick her grain and walked away. A few days later, the farmer harvested his crop. That's when the rainy season started too. Due to that rain, the crow's nest fell down. He didn't have food to eat and didn't even have a shelter to hide himself. Ant friend, I am shivering with cold. Please let me stay in your house and give something to eat me as well. I am very hungry.
The rainy season was coming. That is why I was collecting food. And now I will spend my days in this warm place and eat this food. I am sorry, I can't help you.
Crow realized his mistake. Moral of the story: we should always utilize the time we have. A cat and the rats. Once upon a time, there was a guest house in the middle of a jungle. No one used to live in it, and therefore plenty of mice lived in that house. There was plenty of food in that house for the guests to come and eat. But instead of the guests, the mice ate everything. One day, a nice big fat cat entered into this house. The cat had a nice time hunting the mice and killing them. The mice could not move freely now. They were afraid that any time the cat would come and eat them up. The mice wanted to do something. They held a meeting since all of them were worried for their lives. The head mouse said, "We must get rid of the cat. Can someone give a suggestion, please?" All the mice kept thinking, and a smart-looking mouse said, "The cat moves slowly. That is the problem. If we can tie a bell around her neck, then things will be fine. Know the movements of the cat."
Yes, this is the answer for it.
Agreed all the mice and began clapping and appreciating the mouse. They began discussing about how the bell would be and all the other questions that rose up. The head mouse interrupted and asked, "All of this is okay, but who would tie the bell?" After some moments, there was no one there to answer this question. All of them pointed the mouse, who suggested this idea. He replied back, "I gave all this idea, but to consider it or not is just upon you. So don't look at me like that." Now there was no hope alive for them. They began saying that nothing can save them now. After some time, all of them dispersed and hid into their holes. Moral of the story: saying something is very easy, but doing it is difficult. The story of a blue fox. Once upon a time, in a forest many years ago, there lived a fox. He was a very naughty fox. He used to trouble everyone living in that jungle. One day, he was extremely hungry, so he went in search of food. He wanted to reach the nearby village and search some food. On the way to the village, a group of dogs started to chase him. He was afraid, and he began running as fast as he could. In his hurry to escape, he sees a tub. As he tries to hide, he hits himself in that tub, and that tub was filled with blue color water. After a long search, the dogs were tired. As they could not find him, they went away. After some time, he comes out of the tub. As there was blue color in the tub, he also turned into blue color. But he could not see himself. He was relieved that the dogs have left him, and within a second, he went back to his place. The animals in the jungle were afraid to see a blue fox. They began talking among themselves, and when they saw this blue fox coming towards them, they began running away from him. The fox could not understand why all the animals were running. After some time, he felt thirsty. He went to the nearby pond and drank water. While drinking water, he sees his reflection in the sea. In the reflection, he appeared blue. He was quite afraid. Very soon, all the animals again gathered to talk. As they saw the fox coming back, they began running here and there. The blue color scares the most of animals, and they began running away. He thinks this is the time to take advantage of the blue color. He asks the frightened animals, "Why are you all so afraid? Why are you all running away from me? God has made me this way. He told me that the jungle has no ruler, and the animals have no one to guide them. So, he has sent me to be your king. From now on, I will be the king of this jungle, and you all will be safe in my rule and my protection." The animals were very innocent, and they all believed him. All the animals decided that they would treat the blue fox as their king from now. He was very happy. One day, a group of foxes began to howl. He also was a fox, and like a true fox, he gets up and howls in response to other foxes. The animals realized that he was not a special creation, but just a normal fox. They got angry and began beating him. Moral of the story: we should never utilize our advantage in a bad manner.